What's up, everyone, and welcome to my stream. Total War Warhammer 3, baby. Why Total War Warhammer 3 in the year of our Lord 2026 when there are so many streams for this game? Well, that's a good question, and I am going to tell you. Use Tyrion's influence, blah, blah, blah. We go through all these. Actually, I haven't played the High Elves very often, but we know mostly what all this stuff is. We gotta defend, we gotta, do all this cool stuff, blah, blah, blah. Engage the enemy, kick the shit out of the enemy. All right, so here we are. Why this game? Why this faction now in this time? Well, let me tell you why. Because for one thing, I'm running 153 mods at this point, and this is a high elf campaign that you haven't seen. Most people haven't seen. Now, there are people who run a lot of mods, but does everybody run the same mods? I'm not sure. What I'm going for might not be what everybody else is going for. Secondly, look how beautiful this looks. I got myself a new computer recently, and it just looks amazing. Seriously, look at that. That looks so good. Man, I was playing Warhammer 2 on my older computer, and even Warhammer 3 for a little bit. And I remember, this just looked like kind of like a blue blob. No, not a blob, but it was just basically blue. I don't remember seeing any of these particles in here or anything. You couldn't see all the detail you can see on this right now. Look, I see a high elf down there getting on with some other hot high elf. That's so weird. Anyway, so that's a big reason. 153 mods. Some of the mods are some of the best mods made for this game. This game has just so many good mods. And most very popular games wind up having some great mods. But the modders for this game have really outdone themselves. The best mod that I'm using, and also one of the best mods made for this game in my opinion, is the Phoenix Court mod, where there's an entire multiple mechanics now which track a whole new resource called Grandeur, and every single high elf faction fights, you could say, but competes for these slots here, where you get bonuses. Viceroy, High Priest of Vol, Master Vintner, Royal Artisan, and many other things. Now I don't have enough, that's why I can't claim those. So I had played just as a quick dry run, just to make sure I wasn't going to get a crash, so I was getting a lot of crashes because I have so many mods. And the other factions compete for these. They actually start filling they pick slots, and I wound up only having a couple left. So that was cool. You end up getting, it tracks your stuff down here. Look at this. It goes up as your city, as the tier goes up of your city. Look at that. It's freaking awesome. And then there are other cool things going on. For example, now we have the Champions of Oath 1. So basically, this is from the Empire system. That is the Chaos Dwarves. He took their system and was able to mod it, code it, and do whatever. If you read the mod, it's called the Phoenix Court. You'll read about how amazing a handful of modders are in order to get that to go. This is moved over from the Empire. Of course, we're all pretty familiar with this. Everybody plays the Empire. There's different ones here. You supply hosts. You're going to use the Intrigue. Was that Intrigue, right? What is that? It's Intrigue, right? It's been a while since Influence, excuse me. So, you just get bonuses and stuff, but it's going to help you. For example, you might need military relief. You might need a warrior council to come, talk to your guys. Lead by experience. Defender's authority. And then alliances. This one's actually more important. This is where you can actually. This is how you. Is this how you target belonging to a land? Target suffers 30 damage. Okay, this one is a little bit different. We're going to get into this one. But this one looks like much more dynamic. So that's very cool. And now the only way to confederate factions is through this system here, through the Phoenix Court. You can no longer confederate through diplomacy or through the ways that you could in vanilla. And then there's obviously this right here, which they add all this stuff down here, which is awesome. You can now establish trade, defensive alliance. I use this for the Empire too because I think it's very bare bones. Just decrease and increase relations, which it can be cool, but it's not. You really have to play it hardcore to try to get it to matter a lot. You have to really play it and care about that stuff. But in this game, you can kind of just buzz through a lot of stuff and just mostly focus on battles and your economy. But now, with all those options, that's not you can't do that, or at least you're not going to want to do that. So that's one of the main reasons. Another reason is we don't cheese. I don't cheese. I play the game straight. I know there's a lot of popular creators that play these like super impossible situations, but then they just cheese the AI, which is fine. And if you like that, I think that's awesome. I have no problem with that. And if you cheese when you play, that's fine too. I have no problem with that. But I just don't. And if you want to watch a game that's just played straight up, then that'd be awesome. And then we're also using the end times mod. So at around turn 95, there's going to be an end times chaos invasion, the likes of what you've never seen before. Who do we know that talks like that? Anyway, excuse me. But it is going to be pretty intense. It's going to be crazy. And then we also have the vermintide invasion coming, so we're getting like a real end times event. And then, last but not least, we're going to go with that so we can save the $1,000 from the realms. I'll talk about technology in another turn. Another thing is we are going to add a little bit of roleplay here. So we're playing as Tyrion, one of the most... Oh, this isn't Tyrion, sorry. I did that last time too because he's hiding kind of in the building here. Where is he? Where are you, Tyrion? Where are you, little son of a gun? Here you are. So we're playing as Tyrion, and he is, as we know, one of the most skilled warriors in the world. One of the most skilled warriors in the whole old world. But he's also a little bit of an egomaniac. He can be a little bit of an asshole, but he's mostly fights for the right causes. But there's some times where he's kind of let his ego get in the way of justice. So here we're gonna attack this guy.
Kill them.
Now the garrison joins you in this fight, so this fight is usually always fun in Warhammer. You get that early fight, where you have the advantage, and you get to just basically enjoy a battle real quick. Get it out of your system. It's fun. I always play that battle. I always think it's one of the most enjoyable battles. So I don't play this game for multiple campaigns in a row like a lot of people. So I'm sure it can get boring. But anyway, but we're just gonna auto resolve because we have such an advantage. There's no reason to fight it. All right, let's go with. We usually take the money, but here we're gonna take the grandeur. 4 gain per turn for 2 turns. We'll take that. The Phoenix Court system is integrated throughout the entire game. It's integrated throughout technology. It's integrated throughout buildings. It's integrated through everything. Oh, and we're also using the Mercs, Mortals, and Management mod, which is another just amazing mod. It's actually, I like to think they took influence from DEI, the Rome 2 mod, but he didn't. I talked to him about it like a year ago, and he didn't say anything about that, so maybe not, but I think so. So anyway, in that mod, there's a food system where you obviously have to feed your citizens and stuff, which is realistic, and it's awesome. And then there's also a population system where you have certain levels, 3 levels of citizens, which will help you, what you need to use to recruit troops. Like elite troops are going to be this one, the Magi Elves, your second level, the Noble Elves, and then the Defender Elves are the more populous. And then there's also taxes are generated from hammer productions. Every 10 hammers will produce higher taxes. Now, I have only played maybe about 15 or 20 turns with this mod, so we'll be learning it together. And then this is about dissidence. It kind of makes the public order system a little bit more dynamic. So here you get dissidents, beast and chaos worshippers will form rebel armies unless suppressed. Negative public order will create dissidents from commoners. Positive public order will turn dissidents back into commoners. So on and so forth. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. Then we have this meter right here, this is from another mod. So basically you can't snowball. After you take a new settlement, this meter is like infrastructure, and it represents different things. I'm going to do a mod list at a certain point, and there's just so many, I don't remember them all. Some I subscribed to over a year ago, some I subscribed to yesterday, this morning. But it represents a bunch of things, which basically slows down snowballing, because you have to basically wait for it to be full before the settlement will be, ready to basically just defend itself and look after itself, So anyway, so there's that. So yeah, there's just so many more mods. There's going to be other mods that I'm not even remembering, that are going to come up. And that's that. We're playing with obviously the big ones, the extra factions. We're playing with MCT. I think it's mod configuration tool. Yeah, MCT. Look at me, I did a good job there. If you don't use if you mod but you don't use a mod configuration tool, then I'm just telling you, you're probably not doing it right, because you get to alter the mods. You get to change different factors. And Confederation includes treasury. Include AI, include treasury, yes. Global limit amount 30,000. That's a lot, but whatever. Include ancillaries, yes. Uniqueness limit. See what I'm saying here? AI general. This is something where when you're fighting a huge army with a huge army, you can put certain units under the control of the AI. Now he says in the mod that this AI is not even as smart as the regular AI, the vanilla game AI. But it's still, if you just want to put like say units to chase down routing units or archers or then you can do that. Dwarf mechanized forces, that's not for this game. At least, wow, now that I think about it, I might have a little bit of a problem here fighting dwarf steam tanks. I didn't even think about that, if I'm being honest. Diplomacy options overhaul, antagonists. So this is disabled join war for everyone. Disabled join, wait, what is that? Set the availability of join war. This option is global, meaning its value is shared everywhere between... I want people to be able to join war. Cultural enemies. Join war is disabled for all enemies of the culture you are playing as. For all enemies. Alright, maybe I'm misunderstanding that. So let's leave that as is for now. Dynamic disasters, which is really cool. Now, we're not going to go through all these. This is the one that I love. Now, it's interesting. I thought that... Okay. Let's just hold the phone real quick. Enable dynamic disasters reloaded. Disable vanilla endgames. Now, we actually don't want to disable vanilla endgames because we have the vermintide clicked, unless we want it to happen through here. Alright, so I will be honest. I forgot what this one was about. I remember I downloaded this one years ago because when I wanted to do the end times. That was before I actually had the end time, a different end times mod. I thought this one was actually just like a dynamic disasters. Like there was going to be disasters, like, famine or whatever, tornadoes and shit. So let me see. Auto end battle. Heck, I don't know what that one is. We're going to look at that one. Heckless. He's one of the greatest modders. He makes AI mods. I'm using his AI mod, and it's chef's kiss. It's unbelievable. Mixu. He's the one. We have Nagash. There's gonna be Nagash in this campaign. Prop Joe cooldown. Yeah, there's a lot of things like wounded leaders actually stay wounded for a while. There's no immortal lords. Lords can eventually die. Recruit defeated legendary lords, which you do have a choice on that, so I'm not going to have every single lord. Unique Grail, Lordful Great Power, which is cool. Necromancy, Victory Conditions, Equipment Manager. Okay, so Alright, so I'm not seeing the End Times mod here. Alright. That's okay, because I know I have it clicked. I don't want to have multiple End Times mods. That's okay. So anyway, I do want the vermintide mod though. Now here's the end times. Enable the end times disaster. They're not all clicked on, are they? That would be crazy. Oh my god. And this is a cool mod though. Think about that. Bretonian Crusades. Blah blah blah. Yeah. So we're gonna enable. We're gonna turn this off, and then we're gonna disable, and we're gonna turn this off. Alright, so that's that. Yeah, so that one's off. That's my bad on that one. But we do have a regular end times mod. So yeah, so that's basically the modding situation, plus obviously way more. And that's that, guys. Alright, so that's how we're rolling out. Let's go attack this right here. Take that out. Dark Elves are tough as shit, man. They're one of the hardest factions to fight. One of the hardest, let me say, non-Warhammer 3 factions. Like the regular, I guess, pre-Warhammer 3 factions. Because all the Chaos factions are pretty hard. We got some new art here, which is pretty cool. But we are not going to do any of those. We always occupy settlements in our home territories. Or settlements where we want to, integrate them quickly into our fold. What we got here? Talisman, Fire Resistance. Enchanted item, potion of foolhardiness, 20% charge bonus, and unbreakable, which is always a good thing to have. Here we have mission issued, shots cap, armor, ammunition. Alrighty, so we now control
Tyrion,
2
of an Aryan.
Of the 4 settlements we need. We're gonna upgrade that to number 2. Let's see, we have 5,000 left. We'll upgrade that. And then let's see. See right there, food. This one takes food. Excuse me, sorry about that. This one gives you growth, replenishment, and food. Growth is always so important in the early game, so we're going to go with that. And then, do we want to get reavers? Do we want to have eagles? Obviously, having access to eagles is incredibly helpful. Or we can have access to eagle call bolt throwers, and chariots. Huh. Let's see. Or we can just have straight up reavers, which we love too. Love reavers. Just super fast, nimble cavalry. Run around just mashing people up. Also love me a little bit of skirmish cavalry. But you know what? We're going to be fighting the Dark Elves early. Dark Elves are tough. We're going to need some kind of oomph. Something that's going to really put boot to ass. So let's go with Elven Workshop. So we can really put boot to ass. Alright, Lothrin is on its way to sustainability and, kick-ass mode, as we like to say, here in Ulthuan. We're going to upgrade Sword Player and Harmonic Convergence. Alrighty. Oh yeah, Diplomacy. So we want to get some trade agreements going. So quick deal. Alright, good. Finally got some. I mean, realistically, there would be no problem getting a trade agreement with your fellow elf factions, you know? So here we'll get trade and non-aggression. I mean, I guess military access, and then we'll take a couple bucks as well. 400 gold.
Astute.
Thank you.
Alariel the Everqueen.
Hello. Hey, what's up, baby? Oh, sorry. There's people around. My bad. You know, it's rumored that we've been dating, but, we're not supposed to talk about that, so we'll keep that on the down low. Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, defensive alliance, you think that's wise? Wink, wink. He gives her a little wink, wink. We'll see. Oh, 600, you're going to give me 600 gold? Okay, yeah, maybe I'll give it back to you later tonight. Paid in kind. Sorry about that. He gets a little crazy. You know Tyrion. He doesn't mess around when he's around his loving, when he's around his fellow elf queens.
This day gets worse and worse. What do you want?
Wow. Man, that wasn't very nice, dude. Just trying to, make agreements here. See if we can be friends. What? A little trade agreement? Yeah, I think we should do that. All right. I'll get out of here.
Strategy beyond compare.
Ooh, Calador. This guy does not like us. In the Prince Emmerich of Calador. Oh, actually, he represents Calador in the court mod, but here he represents obviously the Dragon Lord's expedition. Very fancy schmancy. In the lore, like for example the End Times novels, Tyrion pulls a sword on him in the court.
Speak your deceitful words and then get out
King
of my sight.
Finubar. Wow, she doesn't like us either. Jeez. Damn, nobody likes us. We won't take any extra money from you.
Duty is purpose.
Yeah,
Be
Vanessa.
sure you do not waste my time.
Damn, you guys have not kind words for me.
Necessary.
People are jealous, let's be honest, because of him and his brother, Tyrion. Teclis, excuse me, are the two toughest mother brothers in all the Elven Kingdom. One with the magic, one with the sword.
One strives for fairness. What say you? For the good of all us.
I agree, for the good of all of us. Alright, so we got some trade agreements with our fellow peoples, which is the way it should be. There's no reason why we shouldn't have trade agreements with our peoples, and that's it. Alright, now we're making bank. And we need to, of course, recruit some troops. Oh yeah, we have all the cool landmark mods as well. So you'll run up, if you haven't seen them, you'll run up to stuff like this. This is a blacksmith, a dwarven blacksmith. You have to take it in order to take. You have to take the settlement in order to take it. All right, so we're gonna recruit some troops now.
You must answer.
We don't have any archers, so let's go with some. Let's go with light armor. You know what? They're not going to really be fighting a lot. So let's go with 2 archers. Oh, we can only recruit 2 troops. Okay. All right, so we're going to go next turn here. And then go from there, guys. You ready? All right. Let me see. Do I need to do anything else? Rights. Yeah, rights are just whatever. They're just like a very basic, thing. It almost reminds me, it's very Paradox. If you play Paradox like Crusader Kings and stuff. I know people really like those games, and the older games I think are great. And maybe I'm going to be like the old guy yelling, "Get off my lawn." I don't know. I don't mean to. And everything I'm saying is like based in like things that I know and understand. to be true, even though a lot of them are subjective. But it's like the newer games, you know, they're made for the masses. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to mean the masses are cool people, and I'm the masses when it comes to a lot of things, like movie watching. I used to be like a diehard hardcore movie guy. I'm not anymore. I'm the masses, whatever. But when it comes to video games, I consider myself a little bit more hardcore. But the Paradox games are very watered down, so that, you know, people who just like randomly play games can play them now. Whereas they used to be grand strategy games for people who, you know, wanted to play grand strategy games, you know. Excuse me, I gotta grab water real quick. Give me 10 minutes. All right. Yep. Yep. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. I lied a little bit. I didn't just get a water. I also got a zinger. Sometimes in life, you gotta enjoy a zinger. All right, we're back. So, ally begins outpost construction. Okie dokie. Let's see.
Protector of the Everqueen. Garrisoning.
We're gonna move
Shield
back over
against the
here.
darkness.
Ooh, okay. Now, one of the coolest, more smaller mods we're using is dynamic regiments are renowned. So, if you have a unit that fights a tremendous battle, like kills 100 guys in like a smaller battle or whatever, they get basically like promoted and they become a regiment of renown. So they get their own name. So this is now the Blazing Wings. And then they also get upgraded and they get all these bonuses. This is really cool. They now have a passive ability, Flame Incarnate, and all this other stuff. You can read it. Flammable effect, reduces fire resistance. Yeah, just like a bunch of cool stuff. And this is awesome. I've had Dwarven units like the Fire Drakes unit get an upgrade that just made them just like a crazy unit, you know, and it's just a lot of fun. So that's an awesome mod that I love. And the AI has access to it too. A lot of these mods, I have very few, almost hardly any mod where it's just me, where only the player gets the bonuses. I just, you know, I don't want to make this game easy. I want it to be hard. It's me, it's more fun if it's hard. All right. Now here we are.
Separate the strong.
We still can't really recruit many good units. So, let's see. 36 gold upkeep? I don't know. That must be maybe that's a mod, or maybe because they're so low on troop number. No, they're actually pretty cheap. Huh, interesting. These ones are expensive though. Maybe that's just like an update. That was in an update. Okay. So, we need to bolster our army, obviously. None of these troops are great troops, though. None of these troops are going to help us win any big battles. So, we do need to also replenish. Let's see. So, let's go with one more archer, one more spearman. Spearman, or spearman, as I like to call them. Sea Corpse, this remains of a Sea Leviathan. This can be searched for the Lord, but then we're probably going to have to fight an army, fight a battle, which we're not ready to do right now. We're not going to move our units right now. We can upgrade our homestead into a manor, which we will do. Let's see. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on. Oh, yeah, so we want to click on this now. See? They're jumping in our graveyard. They're taking some of these spots. So they got the Mistress of Loom by the Kingdom of Avalorn. They get grants a random banner every 4 turns. Oh, that's pretty cool. This is, oh man, this is a good one. Grants a random enchanted item, talisman, or arcade item every 4 items. Damn, I wanted that one. I wonder why nobody takes anything to Council of Nobles. The last time they did this too. Recruit rank +2 for chariot and both thrower units. Smith's buildings will now produce elven trinkets, trade resource, Smith's. Oh, that's interesting. That's actually pretty cool. So that's more like an in the weeds thing, like something that you have to really be like into the campaign to care about. Like most, like I just think a lot of people that are just like doom stacking and shit, they're not going to care too much about like an extra elven trinket trade resource, but I do. All right, let's see here. We got influence, elven residence, Now build wine. Okay, this is cool. Grants a random weapon or armor every 4 turns. And then this one, diplomatic relations with men, diplomatic relations with Fortress of Dawn, Royal Sword, other minor, the colonies. I actually have a mod that does something with the colonies. Allied recruitment cost. And then passive ability, martial guidance for men units. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Let's go with this district is complete. Over here we have grandeur gain +2 per turn. Income from entertainment buildings. Replenishment, grove, woodlands, and handmaiden buildings now produce furs, trade resource, and Currently River, Silverhounds, Stringer Prince units, stables, and pastures buildings now grants campaign movement speed in nearby regions. Huh. Alright, you know, we're going to go with this one. This one. Grants a random weapon or armor every 4 turns. Let's claim that seat. Alright. So we're happy with that. We're also got unlock council rewards, research rate +5. So I guess this fills in, and then eventually it goes up, and then there's an unlock this tier by completing 2 districts. I feel like there was something else that I saw when I was looking through it last time. Oh, and then here's how you confederate or vassalize. Okay, that's interesting. Now we go back. Am I missing something? There's the Sword of Cain, which I've never actually had, because I don't play these factions that often. There's the Champions of Ulthuan. There's Intrigues at Court. There's this, there's this, there's this. I feel like there was something that I'm missing. Alright, well, we'll see. We shall see, said the bee. Alright, yeah, so forget that. Alright, so let's get back to it. Sorry, guys. Sometimes my brain doesn't work as quite as fast as my mouth or my fingers do. So, yeah, we're upgrading our troops here. There's not a whole lot we can do about that. We're just going to go next turn. You know? We're going to just keep building up, and eventually we're going to take this settlement and then move on to this settlement. Now, I could just take that settlement now, which maybe I should. And then go, oh, we can't even make it over there. Well, that's interesting. Why is that? Is he blocking the way? Oh, I also have a bigger zone of control as well. So, like, you can block, you know, you ever try to block, like, a passageway or a bottleneck and the enemy just kind of slips by you and goes around? I always hate that. So I think a bigger zone of control adds more realism, adds more strategy. So I actually can't go by. So let's go back to recruiting. What do we have here? Raise local mercenaries. This is part of the Mercs management thing. Regiments of Renown. This is going to be, and then this is, yeah, this is where you can upgrade your units. Masterwork of Val's Anvil. So we can upgrade this. Is it just one? Yeah, we can upgrade this one spearman unit. You need to have, what resource is this? Splendor. So that's another resource that we're gathering. Here it is right here, Splendor. So, let's see. We're not going to upgrade any of these guys right now, though. But that's another option, which is going to be kind of cool. And I think the AI can do that, too. That one, maybe not. Alright, so we can build an outpost inside Avalorn. I like building outposts inside of, you know, other races. You can get some cool units. Although we can recruit Dryads. Dryads are not a bad frontline unit. You can construct an outpost in a major settlement of this ally. This will give you access to ally recruitment. Double click to open war coordination. I mean, 2,000. We do have a decent amount of coin right now. Actually, we don't. We only have 2,800. Alright, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it. Alright, let's go next turn. And we will see you guys on the other side. Alright. So it's so funny, the turns are actually moving They've moved very fast. But now that there's so many mods, it's like a whole nother game running. You know, there's 150 something mods, man. It's just that's a ton for the game to kind of work through. I also have the patrols mod, where every faction, if you control the whole province, there'll be like a small patrol, you know, outside of the capital or whatever. The AI has access to that as well. You can't add to it or really do anything to it. It's just a patrol. It doesn't cost you any money or any supply. It's just a cool other thing to kind of slow down, you know, map painting. All right. Oh, we got the armor of silvered steel. That's a cool plus 20 armor. I'll take that. Be happy with it. Court seat, High Priest of Vol, which we know about. You gain a magic. Okay, that's the magic item that I gained. Very cool. Very cool. Air Venarian, the King's Gambit. I believe that's Cheek. Tyrion moved his Phoenix King out of harm's way. Once we play this game, sire, I came here expecting to discuss strategy. I find chess most beneficial to the mind when discussing such matters. Blah, 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 blah. Joe Mama. Blah, 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 blah. Joe Mama. Alright, yeah, I'm not going to... I mean, I would love... Maybe one day, if I ever get some followers, I'll read that stuff, but I don't think people want to hear that. So I will not do that. Although I am a big fan of the lore. Who do we got down here? We have, this guy. Greenskins. That's a new faction. I didn't know there was any greenskins on Ulthuan. Wow, they control the whole province. Damn. Are they our enemies? I mean, obviously they're our enemies, but are they officially our enemies? Man, we have a lot to do, dude. We really can't be bothering taking you guys out. Alright, I mean, I should just go fight them and just kill them real quick, but we're not going to. We can't reach that? Oh, we still can't even reach that. Jeez. Technically, they're not on our territory, so technically they're not even doing anything wrong. That's a cool looking dude, though, man. Damn. All right, let's go. Now these guys should attack this. You know? Oh no, they shouldn't, because it's in my zone. So let's go attack it. All right, good deal. Now let's see. All right, you know what? This is gonna be our last one. Let's fight this battle. Get a little bit of. Get everybody's bloodlust flowing, and then I'm gonna call it a video one, and we'll move on to next time. You guys get to see a little battle action, get to see my skills. Now I actually love fighting battles in Total Wars. I'm very good at the game. It's one of the only games that I'm still very good at as time passes and I get a little older, a little old in the old tooth, as they say. But I am good at these games. I do like to pause a lot, though. I'm not I'm not very fast on the old mouse and the ASD keys. So I'm big on the pausing. If you don't like, if you whatever, if you think that's cheap or whatever, I don't know. I didn't think anybody ever had a problem with that until recently. I saw on Reddit where the guy said something about like, oh, he likes to pause, but like he doesn't like the cheese. I was like, dude, pausing's fine, but and he was like, and other people were like, oh no, that's just as cheese as anything else. But I don't understand how that's cheese. You're just pausing so you can make your move. It's not like a battle of. It's not called like super fast fingers. It's called a strategy game. So anyway. All right. I mean, just look how beautiful this freaking game is, man. You're not laughing at me, are you? Okay. I can't. Anyway, my wife just laughed. I thought maybe she was making fun of me. Yeah. Let me just finish this battle and we're going. All right, my wife wants me to do something, so let's just get this one done. Let's kick these guys' ass and be out of here for dinner. All right, so as a matter of fact, we really don't want these guys to lose that much more. So we really have no choice. We're going to have to use them, but we really didn't want to. So let's put Tyrion there, our mage there. And then we're going to come off hard with our archers are going to be behind there, obviously. And then we're going to come off hard with our Lothran Seaguard to the flanks. They're going to hit them hard. And then we have our cavalry, which is going to come up under here. And then we have, obviously, this guy. Let's lock them all up. Group, lock. Now I notice you have to click off, or else a lot of times it won't lock. Alright, here we are. Now, a lot of times the enemy will do you the favor of attacking, and defense is by far the easier way to fight. But these guys are not. So let's move up. What are we doing here, guys? Come on. Oh, duh. Didn't even start battle yet. Oh, so they might be doing me that favor. Let's see. And they are. Now, they're Dark Elves, so Dark Elves don't necessarily act the smartest. Man, those are just so cool. Fucking units. Alright, but they are doing me the favor of attacking. Now, Dark Elves are tough, man. They got the armor-piercing missiles. You know, their basic infantry are actually pretty tough. So, they're nothing to sneeze at. So, let's see. Where do we want to line up? Let's go here on top of this hill.
Tireless.
Let's fire Eagle down here so we can harass them a little bit. As soon as I finish this battle, we're done. It'll be like 7 minutes. Man, look how cool that is. Oh, man, he has 10 Wake of Fire. Damn, that's a lot. Holy macaroni. Oh, we can drop them on people. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to drop some Wake of Fire on people's faces and see how it makes them feel. We're going to bring our cavalry unit up over there. Did they stop? Nope, they're still coming. They're not quite as confident as they were before now that they see that friggin' eagle. The fire eagle. Where you guys go? What do you guys? Oh, you guys are bumping into each other? Oh, you're not as jackbooted thuggish as you thought you were? Oh, Malekith makes a... You know, has an arc, has a redemption arc. Get the hell out of here. They've caused more... I actually stopped reading a book. It was the... what's the guy's name in this game? He's a dark elf that like people think is cool. I forget his name. I actually never played a campaign with him yet. He has the demon inside of him. So in the book, they're like out slaving or whatever, and they capture these people, and then they offer somebody the chance to go. But they tell them that she's like, no, don't take me. You know, don't let me go. Let my husband go or whatever, or my boyfriend or something. And he's like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Wow, he just tore him up. Holy shit, they're ripping you guys apart. Alright, you guys bounce. So anyway, and basically the moral of the story is he basically made the woman go back down to be enslaved, and you know what happened to her. She was a good looking woman. Everybody knows what's going to happen to her. I think they even mentioned it, that is what was going to happen to her. And then he doesn't let the guy go anyway. He kills him. It was just like cruel. And obviously that guy was cruel, but you're supposed to root for him. He was like the main character of the book. Now, I'm not like some goody two shoes. Like I read books and I can root for a bad guy, you know, who's like has like a purpose or like a goal of some kind, or he's out for revenge. But this is just straight cruel. Like that guy is straight up cruel. And I didn't want to read it. I didn't want to read a book where he was the guy you're supposed to root for. I'm just dropping fire on these guys, on their faces, just for the hell of it, just to wipe. Oh, here we go. That's a huge blob. Let's get right in the middle there. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Let's turn around this way and get it back in. Oh, we're just dropping it like it's hot. These guys aren't really sure what to do. I'm surprised the archers aren't just freaking hitting us with some... this is Lucius. I don't know why Lucius. Oh, because it's a garrison. Yeah, so they're not really like... They don't actually have any strength or power. I mean, we're gonna take out this whole freaking force with just his eagle. Maybe I should just move up with my men. Come on, let's go hit these guys. Go around this way. Let's just come up. I'll lock you guys together. Lock you guys together. Boom, click off. Boom, click off. Come on. There's no archers or no spearmen around. So these guys might have spears. They're forming. They're forming. We don't care. We don't care. Oh, and I actually have the thing where the impact isn't as unrealistic as it is in Vanilla, where the guys don't go flying 50 feet. It's more realistic. I feel like he wasn't running on that one, so I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the best job. Alright, let's get a pause in here. We haven't had to pause because these guys are just terrible. I don't know. Maybe they seem like they're fighting kind of like... I don't know. Let's hope everything's... kosher. I think it is, but let's find out. You hit them. You hit them. You guys go back. You go back. But you guys come over here so you can hit these guys. You guys come over here so you can drop some hot fire on these guys. That wasn't the greatest turn.
Spearman, orders received.
Let's just kill them real quick. You guys move over here. You guys keep firing on these guys. You guys keep firing on these guys. You guys move back that way because they have spearmen. Alright, Tyrion, go do work. Go do work on these guys. And you just give me a little boost. And then you come over here.
It will be done. We will obey. Sinaf! Asser forward!
Yeah, you can do that too. You can draw the unit away with cavalry. You can do that in all the games. I did that in Rome too, and I was like so overmatched. And you can try to draw away part of their force. It doesn't always help, but oh, this guy just got torn out. Did you guys see that? These guys just got thrown. They got thrown asunder, as they might say in the Game of Thrones or something. Are these archers too? Oh, they're dark shards. Yeah, these guys are shit. You know what? Take out them because they have more. Why aren't you guys shooting? I don't understand why they're not shooting. Keep shooting, dude. What's the problem? I mean, I promise. Alright. Really don't understand. Alright, you know what? That's not that important.
Understood.
Well, it is going to wind up being important, but right now it's not. Alright, you come down this way. You go shoot now.
Without fail. Seal!
I wonder why they're not firing. I'm not really loving that. Alright, you come hit on them. You come hit on them. You guys just go shoot on them, I guess. You guys come over here and hit the guys who are running away. Alright, we just hit him in the back with some okie doke. She's back over. Let's go with him.
Efua, bend to my will.
Spearmen!
Alright, what do we got here? Oh yeah, let's pull these guys back. Are these guys done yet? Yep, they're broken. You guys can come down. Oh, now they got their thing. Their special killer thing. Their special little, we kill everybody because we're super badass and we're super raw. So let's see what happens with that. You guys come in and hit them. You guys keep coming down and then hit. Keep coming down and then hit them. Where's Tyrion? You're still here killing this guy. You guys are going to shoot on them. You can shoot on them. We only have one guy there. These guys are about to... Oh, they're unbreakable. Oh, shit. Are they all unbreakable? No, but they are. I don't know why the bleak swords are unbreakable. Maybe it's one of those upgraded units that I was telling y'all folks about. Y'all folks. Alright, looks like we got it. Now we just gotta kill these guys. Every last one of them. Because apparently they are unbreakable. Where's our... Here they are. You guys go chase them. You guys shoot on them. Tyrion, you come over here and kill these unbreakable.
Strike now. As you say.
You guys shoot on... I guess go over here and shoot on them. Are you guys even shooting? I'm gonna have to figure out why these guys have... There we go. Victoire. Victoire. Alright guys, we're gonna save it up here and call it video 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You got a sense of how we play. You got a sense of how we play on the campaign map. You got a sense of how we play on the battlefield. You also got... Oh, look at that. We only lost 29 guys. That's beautiful work. Yeah, so that's basically that, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in. Oh, I'm gonna let it load out, but then I'm gonna save it because my wife is hit me on my shoulder saying, "Let's go, babe. Let's go, babe." Although I wouldn't trade her for the world, the wizard world. All right, guys. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Peace.